So 1 year to the day that I did my video of me on the beach, which I'll put the link down, which was the first video in the series of me getting divorced. And I haven't done videos for a while, and I'll give you the reason behind that now in a minute. Basically, I've been going through some really big self-reflection lessons, and I've been learning a hell of a lot about myself, the mistakes I've made in the past. I'm trying to find a really nice balance of where I want to be heading and where I am, and trying to make a plan of how I'm going to get there. And I watched that first video and the second video in the series yesterday, which would have been the exact anniversary of when me and Anna had the conversation we were going to separate. And today was when I actually posted the video. And I am in a much better place emotionally and psychologically. A much better place compared to what I was back then. I've since started doing meditation. I've been in touch with the Tibetan Buddhist Society in Cardiff, and I'm reading my Dalai Lama book, and I've been listening to the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying on Audible, and quite a few other things. I've been listening to a lot of Ram Dass recently. I've really enjoyed that, and just trying to really make sense of where I am spiritually, and with that, how that has an effect on me emotionally, intellectually, and trying to find, a nice balance between it all. So next month I'll be 50, and a year ago I was talking about that I was 48 coming up to 49, and now I'm 49 coming up to 50. And it's quite interesting because it's the first time where I've had a chance to look at myself a year back in time and remember how I was feeling and what I was going through, and a year later the way I am. Here I am sat in my van, and I've been sleeping in my van, my camper, my VW now, for since December last year. So it'll be almost a year I've been sleeping in my van. Now, I wouldn't say so much I've been living in it, because I go and shower at my dad's house or my mum's, wherever I've been staying, and I cook inside the house. I could do all of that in my van, but it's nice being in there with my dad, and through the lockdown with COVID and all of that. So let's go into that. So you imagine now, I arrived back into the UK in December after an epic journey. What's up with you now? Be quiet. I got Jack on the bed, but you're Milo on the bed, so he's a bit grumpy. So excuse that. And I had an epic journey here. Loads of things went wrong. My intercooler on my van, and that broke, and I had to fix that by the side of a road with a load of fiberglass in the middle of a massive snow blizzard. My exhaust pipe snapped in 2 pieces, and I managed to fix that. So now I've got a new exhaust pipe and new intercooler on the van, which I've paid for since I've been here, and fixed that. I've lowered my bed. My bed used to be a lot higher, so I've actually lowered my bed in my van. I've done loads of really cool stuff. And as well as that, the COVID thing came in, didn't it, in January? So there's me coming back here. I had some money in my pocket, and I was looking forward to going off and meeting people, and none of that's happened. But on the other side, it forced me into my practice, into my meditation, into my Buddhist practice, and it forced me to do a lot of self-reflection of how I would have filled my time with a lot of distractions instead of dealing with the emotional journey I had to go through after being divorced. Me and Anna are still talking a lot. We still talk almost every day, and we're still very close, and we still care about each other. And a couple of days ago, Anna was accepted on a course for graphic design, so I'm so proud of her for that, because it was very hard for her to get on that course. I've now got a job working at a company called Wix. It's part-time-ish, and was a picker. Now I'm going to be working on the desk doing reception and other stuff, and I'm kind of enjoying that. It's quite good. It's bringing some money in, so hopefully now with that little bit of injection of cash into my life, because I've been looking for a job since I come back here, I can start getting myself on my feet. On top of all of that, I've not been interested in getting into a relationship. I've been using my prayer beads and doing my Om Mani Padme Benzaguru Siddhihang, Om Mani Padme Benzaguru Siddhihang, which is a mantra, a Buddhist Tibetan mantra. So if you can look that up, Om Mani Padme Benzaguru Perma Siddhihang. It's a beautiful mantra, and it's to invoke the empowerment of, Buddha and so on and so forth. And since being here, my dad's now switched to eating vegan, and I've been cooking vegan in the house for my dad, and which is amazing. And we're drinking oat milk, and so that's been fun, and getting to know my dad. I think we were forced together, so it was a really good lesson for me, learning patience and learning to take a deep breath and be patient with each other and show each other some love. What else have I been through? So let's, because I had no real aim sitting here. I should have had, but I'm not that type of person. So what can I add? What have I really learned? Give yourself time. Have patience. Don't rush from you being a mess into somebody else's life being a mess. I think is very important. Oh God, that was my stomach. Very important to learn to be comfortable with yourself. Because if I can't be comfortable with me and love me, how can I expect anybody else to be comfortable and love me? And the biggest lesson I've learned is about objectism. Now, objectism really is seeing things outside me, things from inside my head outwards, things in front of me, how I've projected my love onto objects. Now, Anna being a person, and motorbikes and whatever attachments I've had, how I've projected myself onto those objects, thinking that those objects were going to give me satisfaction, and learning that the satisfaction comes from me thinking that object is giving me satisfaction rather than the object itself. Now, don't get me wrong. I like living in my van. I like my van. I've got a fantastic VW camper van conversion, and I'm blessed to have that. But when it comes to wealth, I don't have much wealth. I don't have much money at the moment. I've had no money practically all over this weekend, and it's been a great lesson to me about being grateful for just the small things. So, rather than loving objects and doing all the stuff and keeping myself busy and thinking, that's going to make me happy, then I've had to take a seat back, and as things have been out of my control, I've had to just say to myself, okay, I can make me happy, and I have to find that balance. Now, I'm not talking about I'm happy. I'm talking about real content, just sustainable happiness, and it's quite subtle. It's not, like a drug high or a love high. When you're blissfully in love with somebody, it's more like a content love that I feel for myself. I'm just content being the person I am. I'm not perfect. I'm an imperfect human being in an imperfect world, and I'm just trying to find some level of acceptance to be able to move forward to a more of a perfection, more of a more of a great self-knowledge. And I think Buddhism is a great pathway for me with that. I've been studying that for over 20 years, maybe best part of 30 years now. And moving on to a higher level of reflection and enlightenment, and all of my pain and my suffering, using that to offer love and compassion to people to the best way I can. And I've had some difficult moments. I've had like an argument with my dad's next door neighbor because he was accusing me and my dad of stuff we weren't doing, and I had to get the police involved, and it has been so many things that have happened. It's difficult to describe, yeah. And like most, we would take half a dozen videos, but let me just tell you, I've learned a lot, I've developed a lot, and think that I'm in a good place. And I definitely feel that over the next year or so, doing some Buddhist retreats and going off and doing those, and who knows, after me doing all of this development, what will happen. If me and Anna move apart from each other for a while and then get back in touch with each other, or whether we move apart from each other and find out it's the best thing for each other. Again, I don't know. I just know that we're quite happy being good friends, and we're quite happy, you know, making each other laugh every now and again, and giving each other a bit of support and encouragement. And, you know, if she needs to lean on me a little bit for something, I'm always there, and vice versa. We do help each other a little bit because we're just kind people, and that's what we want to do. But on top of all of that as well, look at these dogs snoring. On top of all of that as well, I'm just happy to be, you know, I don't want any complications, and sadly bringing people into my life at this moment would be bringing in complications. I'm just happy to be out having a bit of fun, hopefully over the next year or so. I'll just be happy out having a bit of fun and doing some cool stuff and catching up with some friends. So I'm going to pour a bit of money into my van, make sure it's maintained well, and getting it all kind of winterized. I've got to buy a bit more insulation to go up on these walls, and then I'm going to carpet the walls. I've already carpeted the ceiling. Got lots of little things, projects on the go like that that'll keep me busy. And generally just doing things that make me happy and things that I enjoy, and facing the difficult times, and, you know, being the best version of me that I can be. And whatever that entails, that's all I can do. You know, that's all I can do. I can't really push the development. I've got to allow this development to come forward and embrace whatever lessons I need to have, and be grateful for those. And that's all I can do, is be grateful for those lessons I'm going to have. So let's have a look on my hand there. I can see how many minutes I'm up to. Oh yes, it's 13 minutes. So I'm going to try and round this up to the 14-minute mark. So I just post up a load of stuff on my Instagram channel, and I do some quotes on there, and I'm going to maybe be doing a couple of more short videos on my Instagram channel, and maybe doing the odd video on my channel a year. But this will be my 1 year recap video, and that I'm good, and I'm grateful for the pain, I'm grateful for the lessons, and I'm grateful for the chance for this development for me. And none of this would have happened if me and Anna had stayed together. So it's been a tough year, but a very beneficial year. Namaste. Sending some love from inside my van in Bedwas in South Wales. And I'll most probably look back on this in next year and maybe do another one. Who knows? Thank you for tuning in. For those who take the time to watch my videos and leave comments. And this is 1 year on after the divorce and everything, and I'm just in a good place. Sending some love. Speak soon. Thank you.